Not every sneaker that hits the court is allowed to stay there. Some shoes were so bold, so advanced, or so controversial that the NBA had to step in and ban them. From wild designs to game-changing tech, these kicks caused chaos. You won't believe why they were banned. Let's start with one of the wildest cases, the APL Concept 1. These weren't just sneakers, they were like trampolines strapped to your feet. Released in 2010 by Athletic Propulsion Labs, the shoes claimed to make players jump higher using load and launch technology. Inside the sole was a spring-like system that absorbed your weight and then exploded upward, giving you an instant vertical boost. The results? Players were leaping higher with less effort. And the NBA wasn't having it. The league officially banned them, saying they gave an unfair competitive advantage. Basically, they turned average jumpers into human pogo sticks. Imagine if LeBron showed up with those. He'd be dunking from the free throw line every night. The ban only made the shoes more famous. They sold out instantly because, of course, everyone wanted the sneaker the NBA was afraid of. Next up, a ban that wasn't about performance, but pure flash. The Jordan Melo M10. Carmelo Anthony's signature shoe, was designed with a shiny chrome heel. It looked amazing under arena lights, maybe too amazing. The reflections were so bright they blinded cameras and distracted players on the court. It turned NBA games into disco shows. Broadcasters complained. Fans noticed flashes bouncing off Melo's sneakers mid-game. Eventually, the NBA stepped in and said, "Enough." The chrome heel was officially banned for being a hazard. Jordan Brand quickly replaced it with a matte finish so Melo could keep playing without turning every shot into a light show. But no story about banned sneakers is complete without talking about Michael Jordan, the man who turned rule-breaking into legend. When MJ stepped onto the court in his black and red Air Jordan 1s, the NBA lost its mind. Back in the 1980s, there was a strict rule that shoes had to match team colors. The Bulls wore mostly white sneakers, but Jordan didn't care. His shoes were bold, black and red, a total rebellion against the league's uniform code. The NBA fined him $5,000 every game he wore them. Did that stop him? Not a chance. Nike paid every fine and used the controversy to launch one of the most successful marketing campaigns in sports history. The NBA threw them out, the ad said, "But you can wear them." That line changed sneaker culture forever. Those banned Jordans became a symbol of rebellion and the birth of the modern sneaker era. But Jordan's story didn't just spark sales, it exposed how powerful branding had become in basketball. Suddenly, a ban wasn't just a punishment, it was free publicity. Every time the league cracked down, sneaker sales shot up. And that's exactly what would happen again. Years later, when Kanye West tried to take over the NBA court with his Yeezys. Because if you thought the APLS were wild and Jordan's fine was crazy, wait until you hear how Kanye's Yeezys, Karl Anthony Towns' custom shoes, and even Steph Curry's sneakers ended up on the NBA's banned list for the most unexpected reasons. Let's start with one of the biggest names outside of basketball, Kanye West. When he launched his first Yeezy basketball sneaker with Adidas, fans went insane. 3 years of testing, 300 prototypes, and finally, a design meant to change the game. But before the shoes even touched the court, the NBA hit the brakes. The problem? A flashy reflective heel panel. Under arena lights, that shiny back piece lit up like a spotlight, and the league called it a distraction for both players and fans. Basically, Kanye's sneakers looked too cool to be legal. The NBA banned them before any player could wear them in an official game. Kanye wasn't happy, he went on social media blasting the decision, but the rule stuck. His Yeezy basketball line was benched before it could even debut. Ironically, that ban made the shoes legendary overnight. Everyone wanted the sneaker the NBA didn't want anyone to see. And then came Steph Curry. In 2018, during a Warriors game celebrating Chinese New Year, Curry stepped out in custom Under Armour sneakers featuring a lion design, a tribute to the Year of the Lion and a nod to his team's jersey that night. But there was a problem. The lion emblem was part of Nike's design for the official jersey, and Curry, of course, was signed with Under Armour. The NBA stepped in and banned his sneakers for copying a visual element from a competitor's product. Think about that. Curry got punished for matching too well. The rules were so strict that even using the same symbol on a different brand's shoe broke the code. By this point, it was clear, if a sneaker turned heads for any reason, whether it boosted your jump, blinded the crowd, or promoted the wrong brand, the NBA would shut it down. But these bans only fueled sneaker culture more. Every outlawed shoe became an instant collectible, proof that sometimes breaking the rules makes you a legend. But it didn't end there. The NBA's obsession with control over footwear went deeper, from reflective designs to color codes, even dictating how shoes had to match uniforms. And it all started with one simple rule that changed sneaker history forever. Jordan's black and red sneakers weren't just a fashion statement, they were a rebellion. Every time he got fined, Nike turned it into a marketing gold mine. The ads didn't hide it, they bragged about it. The message was simple: the NBA banned them, but you can wear them. That one slogan transformed sneakers from gear into culture. Suddenly, shoes weren't just something to play in. They were identity, attitude, and freedom. And that scared the NBA. But the league couldn't stop what came next. Players started customizing their shoes, adding personal messages, names, tributes, turning each pair into a story. It was powerful, emotional, and for the NBA, impossible to control. They tried banning colors that clashed. They fined players for reflective designs. They even forced brands to submit shoe designs months before the season for approval. But every time the league tried to tighten control, players and fans pushed back harder. Then came the era of innovation. Brands like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour started creating tech-driven shoes that didn't just look different. They performed different. From air cushions to energy return soles, sneakers became science projects on your feet. And while most of those upgrades were allowed, the APL ban proved there was a line. The NBA wanted fair play, no tech that made you superhuman. But here's the irony: players already train with the best science money can buy. Shoes that help them jump higher or recover faster are just another evolution. So, when the league banned the APLs, it wasn't about fairness. It was about fear. Fear of change. Fear that the next big invention could actually change the game itself. But not every banned shoe came from high-tech experiments. Some were banned for the most random reasons. Remember Carmelo's M10s? A chrome heel was all it took. Steph Curry got a warning. Even Kanye's Yeezys, banned before a single dribble, proved that the NBA cared just as much about image as it did about performance. The message was clear. The court belongs to the league, not the players. And yet, every ban backfired. Fans loved the rebellion. Every time the NBA said no, the world said yes. The shoes sold out. The headlines exploded. Players became icons, not just athletes. The league couldn't control sneaker culture anymore because sneaker culture had become bigger than basketball. Today, the NBA has relaxed most of those rules. Players can wear nearly any color or design they want. You'll see graffiti art, tributes to loved ones, even political messages on their shoes. But those freedoms exist because of every banned sneaker that came before. Every time a player got fined or forced to switch shoes mid-game, it built pressure that finally forced the league to evolve. Now, when you see someone wearing Air Jordans, Yeezys, or even an old pair of Mellow M10s, you're not just looking at sneakers, you're looking at history. A battle between creativity and control, rebellion and regulation. These bans didn't kill sneaker culture, they made it unstoppable. And while the NBA may have thought it was protecting the game, it accidentally created something far bigger, a movement that turned sneakers into symbols of power, personality, and defiance. From banned Air Jordans to outlawed Yeezys, one thing's for sure. Every time the NBA tried to stop sneaker evolution, it only made the legend grow stronger.